All right, agents, raise your hand if you feel like everything is getting squeezed, like uncomfortable night sweats, like the real estate industry has changed significantly, not just throughout the year, but specifically in the last month. And I feel like this is just a precursor of what's to come in the next 3 to 6 months moving forward. So why will agents switch right now? I think I'm getting this question a lot, and this conversation is trending not only in Inman and BAM Network and Housing Wire. Like, there is a lot of movement that goes on when markets shift, right? So I want to kind of break through, how many points do I have? 1, 2, 3. 3 main points of why people are going to switch brokerages. And this is not an EXP rant and rave. This is literally just why it happens. Just the data reveals why it happens. So number 1, I want everybody to go watch this keynote speech from an economist, and it's called Pandemonium. I'm going to link it below, but it's a good 15-minute speech. And he goes through and very neutrally just shares the data of profit and losses from the biggest real estate companies in the nation. It is amazing to see how some businesses like Redfin and Compass are negative $90 million this year, and they're still surviving somehow. And then you have other ones like EXP, and I think it's, there was another one that was like, EXP was the most profitable. There was another one slightly less profitable after that. But to see these business numbers from a higher level and what's happening nationwide versus just what's in your market is really eye-opening to kind of project the future of these companies in the next 3 to 5 years. So do you think the profitable ones are gonna last, or do you think the ones that are in massive debt are gonna make it through this slower season? It's really interesting. But first thing on here is why agents will switch brokerages, and why you might be considering is to the unsatisfactory financial deals that you have agreed upon, right? So it's all about the commission, and let's just kind of break that down. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the annual wage of a median real estate agent in May 2023 was about $50,000. $49,480 or $980. So if you're making less than $50,000 a year, you're probably hurting, especially in just the cost of goods, cost of living, and that's not really like a good quality of life. So if you are feeling squeezed, that is one situation where you might need to move. The flip side is if you are a high producer, and let's say you're making 100,000 plus a year, we need to know and like really tally up where your commission is going. So there are certain ones, and I don't have it written here, but I know like Keller Williams, for example, right? You pay 30% of your commission to the brokerage and then another 5% to the market center. And that's 35% until you cap. That's a lot. That's a significant amount of your commission versus other business models can do the 80-20, they can do the 90-10. It just really depends on what it is your business is doing and the goals that you have for your business. But for me, if I have a franchise fee and I have extra brokerage fees and et cetera, and a desk fee and a printer fee and whatever, it really does add up the more that you do. And so I'm looking for the fastest way to cap to 100%. And so at EXP, I usually cap in about a month and a half, and the rest of the year I'm at 100%. That is as easy as it gets, right? When this happens in the market and there's an immediate slowdown or a shift, people just start to look at their books a little bit more. So we're looking for those financial deals that make sense. Another financial factor to consider, and this is now not a new thing, is just revenue sharing and profit sharing. So that when someone comes to your brokerage and they're your friend from church or whatever, and they're ready to get their real estate license, they join under you, you get a portion of their commission when they close, right? That's a great way to build additional revenue in your business. So just looking at what business models offer that plan. Number 2 thing of why agents will switch right now is a lack of culture fit. And I think this makes a lot of sense just by saying culture, but let's just define that a little bit, right? So it's the community, it's the mentorship, it's the accountability. Do they have the same values and belief systems and attitudes that you would want in your business or want to be surrounded with? There are a number of companies and teams who still run a super competitive atmosphere, whereas you are walking in the office and you are not trading any secrets whatsoever, right? It is me, myself, and I versus you and the world. Instead, there is the flip side of it, which is a rise the tide society type of vibe, right? All ships rise. That's kind of the attitude. Whereas I'll walk into the room and my business is an open playbook to anybody that wants to read it and apply it. And I want them to earn more money than I make. That is my ultimate goal. 2 completely different systems, completely different culture values, completely different ways of running a business. Right? So which boat are you in? Are you in it for me, myself, and I, and me against the world? Or would you like to join a community who just gives you everything they know, and as they're learning, they're still giving back to you, and you have this ability to just get out of wherever you're stuck to the next chapter? Number 3 is poor leadership and communication. So really, when you are working with a mentor or a head of broker that's in charge of you, or a team leader, if you're not aligned with the leadership approach and the way that they manage you as an agent, that could be a deal breaker. You could say, hey, I don't like being micromanaged and someone breathing down my neck and asking me every day how many calls I made, I'm out. Or on the flip side, you could be like, yo, they, run a loose leash. It's just really, how can they help me thrive? And they don't bother me anything other than that. That's what I want to be on. But I think especially your first 2 years as an agent, if you're a newer agent, you're really easy to quickly hop boats because you didn't find what you wanted in the first one. So you'll go explore the other company. Versus if you've been in the industry more than 3 years, you're a lot slower and more methodological to your switching. And there usually has to be more pain points for you to make a move if that happens. And so I just want to remind us as we go through this moment of market to say, okay, we have a second to breathe and work on our business. Are you in a place that you see yourself for the next 12 months? Knowing the market is going to continue to get a little bit tighter. Secondly, do you have a good cultural fit where you're at? Do you love the people you work with? Do you love the people that you're training or they are training you? And number 3, do you have the right leadership and communication style to really help you thrive? And I think the leadership and communication style, this really has an impact on me mentally. The way that people talk to me, the way that people encourage me has a big impact on my mindset around my business. So I'm constantly chasing people who are inspiring me, motivating me, pushing me to a greater level of myself than settling, but also people who understand I'm a mom, I have a family, right? There are things that are more priority to me than just the money. And so that communication style is absolutely huge. And I'm looking for that all the time. So those are the 3 things. Oh, there was another really cool article I wanted to share. This is from theclose.com, but they recently came out with an article August 30th of this year with the best real estate company to work for. And I'm just going to rank it down just for informational use. I want you guys to explore these and I'll drop the link. But eXp was ranked number 1, which I love seeing that always, followed by Keller Williams is number 2, Remax, Coldwell, Compass, and Real. And so just real quickly, a quick summary of eXp. I know it's not a new thing anymore. It was founded in 2009, but eXp Realty is in 24 countries and has more than 86,000 agents. And just a quick pause, 86,000 agents is still a small fish. We are not nearly to the size that Keller Williams is or Coldwell Banker, but we are quickly approaching. And what's so unique about eXp is it's all the top producers, not all, but majority who have come to eXp are seasoned agents who have led teams, led indie brokerages, owned their own market centers, and are now bringing their business to eXp. So super talented out of that 86,000 agent pool. It's not a lot of the hobby agents. It's not a lot of the people doing 1 deal a year. It's people who are doing this full steam, and they have significant reputation to come with it. The other thing they say about why it's number 1, it's the top spot in transaction sides in the Real Trends data for 2023, meaning even though we only have 86,000 agents, we are number 1 in transaction sides, meaning we are doing the most business. Like I said, this is not part-time agents. These are the top 10% coming over, crushing business, doing $50 million, $100 million a year in sales, which is really cool. They increased their revenue share 20% last year, climbing over to $202 million, which is giving back directly to their agents and brokers. So what I love being a part of this company is I'm an owner in the company. I'm not just a franchised employee. I actually have stock and investment into the company, and they pay me back as an agent for participating, which is cool. Last year, they had a 7% increase in agent count, and it's just clear that we are not slowing down. So if you have ignored eXp up until this point, it's a great opportunity to relook at the model. I'm gonna drop a link below to a video that explains what it's like to partner with us and the people that we have partnered with. You don't just get me, you get all of us, which is great. And I think, again, going back to those 3 points, unsatisfactory financial deals, eXp solves that problem. Lack of culture fit, there are so many. Like I can't even tell you how many communities and unique cultural places to plug you in with that people don't understand how the world works with us, but I would love to share that opportunity with you, the culture side. Number 3, leadership and communication. This is one con of eXp, but where you plug in matters. And so this is another issue that eXp does solve the solution by partnering with the right people that you align with the leadership and communication values that you value to get the best eXp experience. I've heard before how someone has come to eXp blind, basically like an orphan. They didn't have a community to plug in with, and they didn't like it, so they left. But then they came back and they had a totally different experience. And that's the one pro and the con of eXp on that part. So I'm gonna drop these links below in the video description for you because I want you to see the data for yourself. I think numbers speak volumes more than I could tell you about my own experience. And let's have a conversation. There's also a link in the description below to book a one-on-one consultation of just what's not working in your business and is eXp the right place for you to find those solutions. But I'm so excited and thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I come back back every Friday with a fresh video for you, either about buying and selling or about real estate agent and making your business as an agent grow. So I will see you guys next week.